Welcome to the Bulls Guys podcast. I'm your host, Kenyatta Wright, KDub. Big win tonight for the Chicago Bulls against the New York Knicks, 124 to 123. I hope all of y'all that have high blood pressure, you didn't croak tonight because this was a crazy ass game, man. Kataka, from start to finish, the Bulls came into this game and just basically just executed. Zach Lavine, Kobe White set the tone for this game, starting the game. Pat had a couple slams and a couple back-to-back defensive plays that was decent early on in the game. But the more this game became closer and closer and closer, Tom Thibodeau you put on his coach's hat and exploited us in certain matchups. Cat on Vooch, Cat able to get to the rim and basically expose Vooch on the perimeter. Josh Hart able to line drive and get to the rim. Ole defense, the Bulls have no rim protection, nobody to perimeterly stop their perimeter players from getting to the basket. And then we get to the fourth quarter. Ayo hit a couple big shots, gets to the line and knocks down a couple to put the Bulls in front. Zach comes down and hit a couple, gets to the line. We get them in foul trouble with 5 minutes left. And then Kobe White did his magic and hit a couple, including the game-winning 3-point three free throws that sealed the game with Josh Hart following him at the end. The Knicks coming back with Brunson and try to answer with the Bulls up by one, and Brunson misses the jumper over Pat. Pat doesn't deflect it. The ball turns around in the rim and comes out. So the New York Knicks made a run in this, but no cigar. They lose. What was your thoughts on this game, man? Once again, my brother, what was your thoughts on this game? It was a crazy one.
It was crazy. I'm gonna say, team. Fuck. I heard that recording again. Okay. Man, they were very resilient. Man, they fought hard to the very end. I'm glad they pulled it out, but they should have never let the Knicks come back into this game. So they got a little bit ahead of themselves, man, by turning the ball over and not being real smart with the ball on the offensive end. But they came through at the end, so hopefully they learn from it.
Yeah, hopefully they did, man. You know, when you think about how the Knicks executed in this game and kept their composure and how they got back in the game, it wasn't with freelance, basketball. It was more like executing their matchups. The thing of brilliance is why I always respected Tom Thibodeau as a coach because he really does his work in the lab, man, and did his homework. And
Mm-hmm.
every matchup that we didn't want to happen happened, including Pat a couple times on Jalenbrunson. And I already knew when Pat was trying to guard this guy, I'm like, yeah, man, he gonna go right by him, bro, and score. Every time Vooch tried to guard Cat, I'm like, yeah, he gonna go right by him and score. But what
Mm-hmm.
matchups or what alternatives did we have, bro? Who did we have to put on Cat if we didn't? See, this is why a guy like Sanogo should have been in the game to guard somebody like Pat, like Cat.
Yeah, yeah. Or just having you a legit athletic 7 footer.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was one situation, that one blow by that cat. I mean, I didn't know cat was that damn quick. But yeah, just having an athletic, defensive minded 7 footer probably would have gave cat some, gave him a little go.
Yeah, man. The Bulls came into this one, man, and they really did their thing in this game, man. They shot pretty good from the 3-point line. Trying
Mm-hmm.
to get their stats up right now. Um, the Bulls had 40 rebounds in this game, 40 for the Knicks as well. Offensive rebounds, the Bulls had 7 to the Knicks 10. 15 turnovers in this game for the Bulls. Got to clean that up. 31 assists for both teams. This was like a pretty evenly matched game. The Bulls went to the free throw line much more than the Knicks, 27 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks missed 6 free throws, the Bulls missed 5. The Bulls had 18 turnovers in this game. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen at home. The Knicks had 15. Bulls had 48 points in the paint. The Knicks had 56. Player stats, we have Vooch with 19 and 11 and 3 assists. Decent game for Vooch. Yeah, early in the game, man, he held his own against Pat, man. He put Pat in a spin cycle and everything. And
Oh yeah.
I think that's why Pat went at his ass in the fourth quarter. Like, all right, big man, I know you tired now.
Mhm. Yeah.
Let's see what you got now. And he went at Vooch, and
It was going toe to toe early on, especially in the first half.
yeah, he did. And then Zach had 31, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. That was my play of the game. Kobe with 22 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound in this contest. Cat had 46 in this game and 10 rebounds. Mikal Bridges 20 and 6 and 5 assists. Anunoby 14 and 19. No, 14 and 9. Jalenbrunson, 24 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds in this contest. A highly contested contest in the Garden and MSG. Priceless, Kataka, like the Mecca. And I've been in there a couple times for certain events, man. You just feel that that's a special building to be in.
I never been when I went to New York. I never been inside. I just been on the outside. But I told myself next time I go, I'm gonna have to catch a game there, man, because I always wanted to go in there, man. It's real iconic. It's like when people come to United Center
Mm-hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, and go to the house that Jordan built.
The
But
feel
yeah,
of history. You could feel the
still like
Bulls'
history.
history there.
Exactly.
But this is like goes way beyond. They got Hulk Hogan on the wall, or when he first wrestled in Madison Square Garden, Sylvester Stallone on there, man. Mr. T. It's just the mecca, man. It's like where everything historic took place, like even WWE events and basketball events. It's just, and you feel when you go in there, you feel like it's special. You just feel like that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like going to Wrigley Field here for baseball. It's just iconic because shit, the Bears used to play in Wrigley Field back in the 20s. We just goes to show, history there.
So the Bulls win this game. If the Pistons lose tonight, which it looked like they are in overtime, they last time I checked, they were down by 3. Giannis is hitting a barrage of threes on these dudes when they went to the extra overtime. He's going nuts on the Pistons. One of their rookies, Edwards, 00, went to the line and missed 2 free throws to stop it from going to overtime. They both hit the front of the rim. Clearly nervousness, new in the league, young, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And to ask him to be in that spot in a place like Milwaukee with the crowd going crazy and the game is relying on him, it takes a lot of guts and a lot of
Hmm.
heart and non-fear to hit those 2 free throws in those situations. Kobe
Yeah,
did it tonight. He hit 3 of them.
yeah,
Stone cold. Like he ain't even had no nerves. He's just like, let me just do this.
right.
But
See, yeah.
let's switch topics real quick. So the Bulls win. If the Pistons lose tonight, the Bulls will move up to 7th place. But let's switch gears real quick. Everybody's talking about getting rid of Zach Lavine. But if you ask my opinion, Zach Lavine is the face of the Chicago Bulls to me. If you didn't have no Zach Lavine tonight, we clearly was losing this game. But you
Yeah.
have a lot of conflicting rumors, and there's a lot of reports out there, which is not mostly reports. It's actually the truth, Kataka, that the Bulls have to lose to pick at 10th. They can't be a winning team and be able to pick at 10th. I think they got it from San Antonio, the draft
Hmm.
pick, and they have to be really, really bad to pick at that spot. And if they win too many games, they won't get that pick. How does that play into Billy Donovan's plans, and this organization's plans moving forward? You never want a team that wants to plan on losing. You want a team that's going to lay it all out the line and go out there and
Yeah.
try to win as many games as possible. How do you feel about that? How do you feel their approach is towards this situation?
Well, according to them, they say they're not rebuilding, they're retooling,
Hmm.
whatever that means. I guess they're gonna focus with their core and just add around and just find the right pieces. But personally, I'm not big. I know they say this draft is gonna be a deep draft. It's talent. Once you get past the Cooper flag, there's
Hmm.
still a lot of talent out there. But me personally, I would not want to tank because I mean, look at you're not gonna get lucky as Philadelphia. Philadelphia kept getting these number one picks. It ain't gonna always happen in your favor. And the Bulls, I think, been losing long enough to say, you know what, we got a good nucleus here. We got Zach already in here. All we got to do is just add one or two key pieces, and we be back in the mix. So I don't want them to tank. I don't feel they should tank. I think they need to just win as many games as they possibly can to be competitive and at least try to attract some notable free agents and just add to whatever in the draft. Just add another young piece or two. But I mean, because I don't know if we own too many draft picks, because I know we have to give them all up for the Boost trade and a couple other trades we don't have.
Well, here's my thing, my take on it. When you have options to trade to a team or trade with a team, there should never be me trading for a certain type of pick based on how I am. You know what I mean? How my
Right,
record is. I would never trade for that option because that's like you're telling me I have to lose to get something that I already traded to you for. So I
right,
already traded you what I gave you, my valuable piece, and you telling me conditionally I still have to do something to still get back what in return for something I gave you. So I have
right,
to lose. I don't want that option. Give me something where I don't have to lose and I'm still getting a pick. And not only that, not every low pick is a banger. You probably could get a high pick that's deep in the draft that's really, really good. Jimmy Butler was drafted number 30. Look at the type of player that he's become. Taj Gibson was
right.
drafted what, number 20 something, or I think 16, or was that James
Yeah,
Johnson that was at 16th? I think it was James
I
Johnson.
think
That's
I
why he had
think
the
James
number.
Johnson. Yeah, he got picked. Taj got picked before James.
Yeah, that's why James had the number 16 with the Bulls because
Yeah,
he was picked
yeah,
16th. But you don't know what you're going to get in the draft. These ping pong balls are unpredictable. You
yeah.
can't lose based on that. And then so when you lose now, you don't get what you thought you would get. Now what? You have a lost season and you have a lost pick.
See, it's to me, it's all about how your scouts go out there and actually scout. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
all about scouting the right talent because how many top 10 picks have we seen that came out to be bust? How about the dude that what draft was that? Dude went to Cleveland, ended up getting traded. You don't even hear, but he was number one pick.
Oh, I know who you talking about.
His name was Anthony something. I can't think of his last name.
And we haven't heard nothing about
You
that
ain't
dude.
heard shit about that dude. That dude fell. I don't even know the dude even played one damn game. It's see, and that's the thing. It's all about how you scout.
Mhm. He was supposed to be like one of those top guys too, man.
Yep, it was between him. I can't remember who went number two. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. But yes, people say, okay, should he get picked number two? Should he get picked? And Cleveland picked him number. They picked him number one. I think it was Cleveland.
Hmm.
And that dude turned out to be a straight bust.
Man, listen, man. Derrick Rose was picked. We had a 1.8% chance to get him. I don't know if you remember
Mhm.
that.
I remember that. I was doing cartwheels in my living room.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, you can't. I think that was rigged, though, to be honest with you, because he is from Chicago and they wanted that story, the guy from Chicago to be drafted.
It was
That was
too
rigged.
perfect. It
It
was
was
too
too. It
perfect.
was too perfect of a story. So you had to think that that was rigged. It was set up like that. But
That's almost like LeBron James in Cleveland.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And then like the same thing, like LeBron James' son going to Lakers.
Right,
It's just that's just too perfect. It's like, what is the chances that him ending up in LA?
right.
I think LeBron and his team called the NBA and was like, "Yo, my son got to play for the Lakers," and they pulled some strings. That's what I think. I don't think
That happened a lot in sports.
that's
It
a
happened in
that's a.
football.
I mean, was the Lakers even that bad to have a choice to pick who they was going to pick in the draft? It was just like they did the same
It's
thing with the Zion thing and Anthony Davis, right? That's how they got Anthony Davis, right?
see with the Lakers thing, it's all about it's showtime. You know what I'm saying? It's
Uh-huh.
like they don't give a shit. I don't really think they even give a shit about winning as much as people think. Because it's all about, man, everybody gonna come to it's like the Bulls. Everybody gonna fucking come and see them play regardless. We're gonna sell out. Hell, it's the fucking Lakers.
Uh-huh.
And as long as we got a top name like LeBron, think about it right now. They Lakers got a cold day in hell to win the NBA championship right now. But
They sure as hell got a cold day in hell.
people gonna come in, gonna watch him. They're gonna sell out just to see that motherfucker play and see his son play right along with him. So they don't care.
But I'm gonna tell you what, man. Going back to the Bulls, man, this was it was a good win, but I kind of feel some type of way of how they keep slipping these leads. You know what I'm saying? They got to defensively lock down, and they got some problems. They got some problems in the lineup because I think Vooch and Pat are weakest links in this team and this roster.
Mhm.
And I think if I'm a coach and I'm coaching against the Chicago Bulls, I'm isolating Pat and Vooch every fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm isolating them every single time, Kataka. Every time I come down to the other end and the Bulls got to guard my team, I'm directing my team to go at Pat and Vooch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until one of them show me that they could get a defensive stop, I'm going at both of them every single time down the floor.
So this is where the question comes back. At what point do you notice that this is an issue? One. Two, at one point do you say, you know what? Either I'm gonna get rid of one of these cats, or I'm gonna get rid of both of them and break that cycle. Or three, at one point in time, do you have to make a trade based on trade value? Because ain't nobody gonna take Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams, unfortunately, is stuck unless you can package him up. Ain't nobody gonna take.
That's what I was about to say. You're gonna have to package them. That's the only way you're gonna get rid of either of these guys. You're gonna have to put them in a package.
I mean, he got a decent contract, but who's gonna say, okay, I'm gonna give you Patrick Williams to sweeten the deal? Ain't nobody gonna go for that shit. They're like, what? Well, so that's why it's up for Pat, which I think this motherfucker ain't. He probably realized that. Say, fuck it, I'm gonna keep my numbers low. He needs to boost his trade value. But if he's still putting 6 points one game, 9 points another game, 0 points, he ain't gonna boost shit. He
I'm
gonna
gonna tell you right now, my brother, it's over, bro. Over. It's over.
yeah.
Listen, you could. I understand where you're coming from. I was there. I was there, bro. I was there hoping and praying and telling John Potts, leave Pat alone. Pat gonna get there. Tonight's
Mhm.
game proved to me it's over. It's over, bro. He can't
Yeah.
keep guys in front of him. He can't even hit wide open 3-point pressure shots when I need him to hit them. He can't. What does he do right? I mean, like he got a putback dunk that I thought was for. I'm like, there you go, Pat. That's what I'm talking about. And then he went away from that as the game went along.
Dude, that motherfucker like Haley's Comet. You see his ass one every 70 games. He'll come out with something spectacular, but oh shit. And then all of a sudden you don't hear from him for another season or two. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way he is. But he's AK's boy.
Oh, he let Anunoby back him down at the end, towards the end of the game down the stretch.
And
He just
push
let
out.
and huh?
And he pushed him out the way. Right. I saw one. That's part of the play I see. He just pushed him out the way. And
And he
Pat ain't
kind
no
of bigger
small
than
dude.
Anunoby too.
Yeah, he ain't no small dude.
Listen, man, we gonna have to get rid of him, package him, yo, send him to Minnesota or something like that, or Indiana. I think I would want to get with Indiana got some of their young guys.
Man, if we trade with Indiana, shit, I don't know who the fuck I would take over there. Shit, but ain't fucking Miles Turner. I don't want nobody. I mean, they ain't giving it to Halliburton. So
And you can't be mad if we end up giving away Pat and he becomes something somewhere else. I'm
so
still
be it.
not I'm still not pissed because that doesn't mean anything. He just don't fit with us. He don't fit with us. He need to go to a team where he actually fits. Do I think he has talent? Yeah, but maybe this
Mhm.
ain't the team for him because based on how we want him to play, he can't play that way. He needs to go somewhere else where it fits his style. He's able to be lackadaisical and all of that. And we already got Pat and I mean Ayo and Kobe and Buzelis. Those three guys, those three players right there, along with Giddy if he ends up staying,
Man,
that's the nucleus right there. Those are the nucleus players right there. I don't know what's going to happen with Zach and Vooch. Mainly Zach, because I still want Zach to be here. But if Zach
Right.
somehow goes and Vu somehow goes, those four players are the nucleus of this team. We could build around those four.
Man, let me tell you, I made two big ass trades. I'll send one of the motherfuckers to Houston. Give me Jabari, what's his name? Jabari Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice young big. Give me one.
Mm-hmm.
Here, here's shot blocker too. Or give me Jalen Green, one of them. Give me somebody from
I'll
Houston,
take Jalen Green.
and I'll send one of them motherfuckers over to Portland. Give me some of their young guys over there, and you be straight. Problem solved. Portland can
I
use.
wouldn't mind taking DeAndre Ayton still, bro.
I take them. That's what I'm saying. I will send to Portland. You know what I'm saying? Bring that motherfucker over here. Yep, that's two trades right there. And I'm sure his contract probably compares to Vooch's too, because I think he did have a big ass contract, if I'm not mistaken, when he went from Phoenix over to Portland.
All
Yep.
right, so the Bulls are seventh right now in the Eastern Conference, right behind the Pistons. The Pistons lost to the Milwaukee Bucks 127 to 122, I believe.
Wow. What's Milwaukee's record?
No, 127 to 120 in final overtime. Huh?
What's Milwaukee's record? They 2 and something or 3 and something? They won them 1 in 3 games.
Milwaukee is 4-8.
Damn, really?
Right now, without them, their record being updated, they're in the 12th spot behind the Hornets.
Wow.
So you got Cleveland in the first spot. They haven't lost a game yet, 13-0. I'm surprised by that Cleveland hasn't lost a
We
game
got
yet.
to beat their ass tomorrow. We got to beat them.
Yeah, Cleveland is 13-0. Hold up, didn't Cleveland play tonight against the Sixers? They beat the Sixers tonight.
They play tonight?
The Sixers is 2-9.
Damn. I knew Sixers was down there. The Sixers was
God
down there with
damn, bro.
Sixers at one point was down there with Milwaukee.
They got a worse record than the Wizards.
Yeah. And Maxey is out and
I don't
Jordan.
care. You're supposed to be better than the Wizards, though.
You are supposed to be better than the Wit. Yeah, you are.
They
Everybody,
got
yeah.
Paul George over there, and come on, man. They gotta do better than that, man. Come on, bro. Milwaukee is 4-8. The Hornets is 4-7. The Heat is 4-6 at the 10th spot. Brooklyn is 5-7 at the ninth spot. The Hawks is at 5. Seems like the Hawks is always in that damn 8th spot, bro.
Right. They got rid of DeJounte Murray.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? I know they had a lot of injuries though, but still got rid of DeJounte Murray. You just pretty much got Trey Young and a bunch of an old ass Clint Capella and a bunch of role players.
and Orlando beat Indiana tonight. 94 to 90. I want to see Indiana. I ain't seen none of Indiana's games this year. I want to see an
You,
Indiana game. I
you
haven't
don't
seen
hear
them play.
you don't
Huh?
hear about them that much no more.
Nah. Orlando is in the third spot, 7-6. The Knicks is in the fourth spot.
Mm.
And the Pistons is the Pacers is number 5. Pistons is 6.
At least
I think the Bulls will get by the Pistons. I think the Bulls get in the sixth spot and
oh
fifth spot.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? It just goes to show, man, how after the second spot,
How
the
tight
East
it is.
is tight as fuck.
If you go on a 3-game losing streak, you can fall from third to like freaking ninth spot.
Right.
It's crazy.
But if you go on a 3 game winning streak, shit, you damn near in the top. You're the top what 4? You like 4 or 5?
Yeah. But it's crazy, man, because man, the Bulls was just like 9 for 10th, and that one loss by the Pistons pushed the Bulls up to 7th, and the Bulls win. So the Bulls are 4-6 in their last 10 games.
And just think, this time last year, our record was really shitty.
Yeah. So hold on. Tomorrow we play the Cavaliers.
Cavaliers again. Yep.
It's gonna be a tough game, bro. I'm not
Hell
gonna
yeah.
hold you. But coming off a win like this, I just hope we ain't tired. But coming off a win like this, man, you can't tell me you ain't got no confidence going up against them.
I think they had confidence last game. They just made some fucking stupid ass bonehead plays.
Oh, this is the NBA Cup game
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. So you know Cleveland gonna bring it.
Oh, I'm gonna have my popcorn ready for that one.
But the good thing is we got Jalen Smith back. But what's the news on Lonzo, man? I mean,
He had his wrist tapped and everything. I didn't even know he was hurt. You told me he was hurt. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he had that wrist. So he's still out for some time?
They protected this guy like fine china, and he still got freaking hurt, man. I just think he's a damn glass guy.
Yeah, he's one of those. It was another player like that,
He
man.
didn't
Every
even get a
time that
lot of minutes. They was putting him in there for like 10, 15 minutes tops, and he still got hurt. I'm like, yo.
I seen the play, he got hurt too because he was. I think he was driving, going for a layup, and he was ditching it, but he had the ball,
Hmm.
and he was driving, somebody swiped,
Hmm.
and they hit his fucking wrist. I'm like, that was a fucking hellified ass wrist slap. That
Hmm.
motherfucker was grimacing and shit, but he still played. But I thought he would shake it off and keep playing, but obviously it's much more than that.
All right, speaking of injuries, let's switch gears. Luol Deng, former Chicago Bull, was on the Knuckleheads podcast and spoke about the 2013 playoffs in which the Bulls required him to get spinal tap surgery. He spoke in its entirety about that situation and said that the Bulls misdiagnosed him and he tried to sue the team. And as you understand, after that spinal tap injury, he was never really the same player. And he ended up leaving the Bulls and playing for Cleveland, I think first, and then the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
He became
Mm-hmm.
a journeyman right after that surgery. So had
Yeah.
he not got that surgery, are we looking at the same Luol Deng that we saw with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Miami? Does he even leave the Bulls? He was basically saying that that basically changed his career, and he was trying to sue the Bulls for that. The Bulls went on a playoff run, defeated Brooklyn that year, and went on to lose to Miami in 5 games. Had they had Luol Deng, I think that Miami series would have been a much better series, much tougher. Probably would have won six games, if not seven. I doubt seven, but definitely six.
This remind me of that Eddie Curry situation.
Hmm.
The Bulls always had a shitty ass medical training staff, man.
Hmm.
Um, so I know you remember that Eddie Curry situation in which John Patson wanted him to do something regarding his heart or something,
Hmm.
and Eddie Curry refused. You know what I'm saying? And they traded him. I think they traded him to New York. New York.
Hmm.
He was still fairly decent in New York. So that reminded me of the whole Eddie Curry situation. But I think Lou would have still been on that Bulls team.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It'd been a much different outcome. Even though we don't know how much he had left in the tank. You know what I'm saying? But I think they were just pretty much trying to save their ass and stuff like that.
He one of those type of players. When they retired him and they gave him that ceremony, I'm like, man, he one of those players that I felt like he shouldn't have played for nobody but us.
Hmm.
He just didn't look right in other jerseys, bro. He didn't. He was a
Right.
Chicago Bull, bro. You know how some players they still look good if they go somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like Derek blended with the Knicks, and he blended here and there. Even Derek, I thought shouldn't have played for nobody else but us. But man, he went out there, and I never forget. Every time he hit those threes in them games, Kataka and announced it, the PR guys, Lou, oh dang, I used to love that, yo. Every time he hit
Yeah.
a three, and the whole United Center erupt, Lou, oh dang.
Man, that team with him and Nocioni, man, and that was the grittiest ass fucking Bulls team, man, because them motherfuckers, they knew they were underdogs, you know what I'm saying, at one
Hmm.
point. But they went out there and fight. That was that Vinny Del Negro squad, man. They went and Scott, man. They went out there and they fought.
Scott Skiles team I really like the most.
Yeah.
They went out there and swept Miami after that rivalry they had with them the previous year. And they were saying basically Miami's win over them was a fluke. I forgot what happened that year that they played Miami that made the Bulls players say they felt like they should have beat Miami. And they ended up sweeping them. And then Miami used the injury excuse. Oh, D Wade ain't the same, and Shaq got injuries. They used
Yeah.
excuses when we beat them that year. But listen, we beat them, bro. I ain't trying to hear nothing, bro. We beat
But
them.
that goes to show, man. I know it's different eras, but that Scouts team, um, I mean, he was a much better coach, much better record than any of Billy Donovan's, teams here. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it just goes to show, man, that's the type of coach we need. We need a coach that's just gonna push and push and push, no nonsense type.
Yeah. And the crazy part about it is that they got him out of there the same way they got Tibbs out of there. He didn't get along with management, so he was fired.
Right, right.
You know, because I heard Scott Skiles had gotten into an argument with somebody, and that's why
They,
they wanted him going. Vinny Del Negro, same thing. Argument with Paxson, he's out of there. All
yep,
of the coaches that helped us win, management had disagreement with. How
yep,
come ain't
yep.
none of the losing coaches you had a disagreement with? Because you like to lose.
Exactly, exactly.
So it just boggles my mind, man. Scott Skiles, though, he remind me of Tibbs. He's like a baby Tibbs. He was just like Tibbs
Yep,
with that
yep.
intensity and pushing his guys. And Scott Skiles was a really good coach, man. Matter of
He's
fact,
really
he's the
good
one
coach.
that brought back the Bulls to the playoffs.
Right.
After
Mhm.
all of that time, we didn't make it because Jordan was out, and Scott Skiles in 2004 brought us back with Chris Duhon and Luol Deng and Kirk Heinrich and
Ben Gordon,
Ben Gordon.
this
That
man.
was the baby bull era, bro, and no Sione and
And the crazy part is, man, that you haven't seen Scott Skiles coach nowhere else right after that. That was
nah,
like it.
man, nah, man. But thank you for joining us tonight, man. We tried to sum up everything. We kind of had a little snafu, but we got back on air and got this thing done. Please follow, like, and subscribe to the channel. Please help us out. We're trying to develop our following, and we're just going to keep on working and bringing you great content. Me and Kataka don't get paid for this. We just do this because we're Chicago Bulls fans, and we just want to give you guys one of the best podcasts in Bulls Nation. So just please support us and so we can grow and grow and grow. And this will be a place that you guys can come and listen to us chat about our beloved Bulls. The Bulls won tonight in MSG, a big, big win in a big, big arena. I'm very, very proud of the Bulls tonight because when the Knicks made their run, this team could have packed it in. They could have gave up Kataka, but they didn't. They
Right.
kept fighting. They kept finding an answer. Kobe White, Zach Lavine, Ao, they just kept hitting shots and hitting shots and kept dragging this team and dragging the team to the finish line, man. And it ended up happening that way, man. Somehow, some way. And just like I said on the last podcast, Kataka, that's what they did in the fourth quarter. If you fight, good
Mhm.
things are going to happen. And it did.
Exactly, exactly. And you just got to keep, you know, building that chemistry. Got to keep communicating, man, and and just work on getting better. Just can't give up. So yeah, I like the fact that they stay resilient.
Yes, sir. Thank you, friends, for viewing us tonight. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. We up here at 10, 11 at night, 10 Chicago time, and bringing you this great footage and talking about this great win. Please support us again. See Red. Until the next game. Bye bye.
Deuces.